Hey there, welcome. In this explainer, we're going to build your own personal math toolkit. By the time we're done, you'll have four really powerful tools, all from this grade 5 textbook, that'll help you solve even the trickiest calculations with a ton of confidence.
Okay, let's just dive right in with a little bit of a puzzle. Take a look at these two math problems. They use the exact same numbers, 24, 6, and 2, and the very same division signs. So how on earth is it possible that they end up with totally different answers?
Just look at them. The first equation gives you 2, but the second one equals 8. It kind of looks like a mistake, right? Well, believe it or not, it's not. And by the end of this, you'll know the secret rule that makes both of these answers absolutely correct.
All right, let's get started. First up in our toolkit is all about mastering the number line, especially when we have to work with numbers that dip below 0. So, you've probably seen a number line before, but here's the big idea. It doesn't just stop at 0. Nope. It keeps on going in both directions, into the positive numbers and into the negative numbers. And this is super useful for all sorts of things, like temperature or even keeping track of money. So how do we actually use this thing? Well, to solve a problem like -20 plus 34, you find your starting point right at -20. Since we're adding 34, you just hop 34 spaces to the right, into the positive zone. And boom, you land right on the answer, 14. It's a great way to actually see the problem being solved. Time for tool number 2 in our kits, the power of the decimal point. This is our go-to for precision, for all those times we're not working with nice, round, whole numbers. You run into decimals all the time, but especially with money. Think about it. Every single price tag uses them. If you want to figure out if you've got enough cash for something, you've got to be a master at adding and subtracting these kinds of numbers. So what's the big secret to getting decimal math right every single time? It's actually super simple, but it is the golden rule. You have to, and I mean have to, line up the decimal points perfectly. And this is exactly what I mean. See how in this example, the decimal points are in a perfect straight vertical line? This is so important because it makes sure you're adding the right things together, tenths with tenths, ones with ones, and so on. It's the key to staying organized and nailing the answer. Okay, let's grab our third tool from the box. This one helps us handle another type of number you see all the time, fractions, parts of a whole. Now, adding fractions can feel kind of tricky, especially when the bottom numbers, the denominators, are different, like here with 3/5 and 2/3. It's like trying to add apple slices and orange slices together. The pieces just aren't the same size, so you can't really combine them.
So what's the fix? Well, you find a way to reslice the pieces so they're all the same size. And that's what we call finding a common denominator. In this case, we can turn both fifths and thirds into 15ths. And just like that, all the pieces are the same size, and adding them up is a piece of cake. What you're doing is creating what we call equivalent fractions. Just like the textbook says here, once you've got those denominators to be the same, really the hard part is over. You're ready to go. All right, this is a big one. It's time for our final and maybe our most powerful tool. I want you to think of this one like the rules of the road for math. It's the one that tells us the exact order to solve any problem. Remember that puzzle from the very beginning? It is so easy to look at those two equations and think exactly this. There must be a mistake.
But here's the thing. The calculations aren't exactly the same. Look really close. That second one has those little curved lines, brackets. And in math, brackets are a total game changer. They are a direct order.
And that brings us right to our rules of the road, the order of operations. It's basically the grammar for math. And the number one, absolute, most important rule is this. You always solve what's inside the brackets first. No exceptions. Brackets always get the highest priority. So there we have it. Our toolkit is complete. We've got all 4 tools ready to go. Let's head back to that original puzzle and finally crack it. Okay, let's break down that version with the brackets. Our rules of the road tool tells us we have to do what's inside the brackets first. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now the problem just became way simpler. It's just 24 divided by 3. And that gives us 8. And just like that, mystery solved. So there you go. You've just built an incredibly powerful math toolkit. You've got the number line for positive and negative numbers, the decimal point for being precise, common denominators to make fractions friendly, and the super important order of operations. You are ready for pretty much anything. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, math isn't just about memorizing facts. It's about building a solid toolkit and then knowing exactly which tool you need to grab to solve whatever problem is sitting in front of you.
All right, now it's your turn to grab that toolkit and put it to work. Check out this challenge. Using the numbers you're given and your new knowledge, especially about how powerful those brackets are, how many different ways can you make this number sentence equal 8? Grab your new toolkit and have some fun with it.